Good morning. So, we are starting the 100 Stories campaign this morning, and I would like to invite a guest to introduce themselves today.
Hi, my name is Carlie Dole. I am a 35-year-old mother of a 3-year-old child. I teach art to primary school students, and I also run a business where I support women postnatally with their mental health using art practices.
Fantastic. Thanks, Carlie, for being part of this campaign. Now, share with us. We all have times where our mental health and well-being is going to be fine and dandy and rosy, but we all have times where it feels like a little bit too much. Okay, so can you share with us just what's one mental health tactic that you use in a time of need that has helped support you?
Yeah, so I think the important thing here is practice and creating a practice when you're feeling well, so that when you're not feeling so well, you have that to fall back on, and it's just something that you naturally do. So for me, that's become running, and it's something that I started to do about 3 months ago, and it's really improved my mental health hugely. And I think with all the other work you do, exercise is such an important key to positive mental well-being.
Fantastic. And what I love there is let's actually work on your well-being before it gets to be an issue. So it's the everyday things we can do to help improve ourselves.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So 2021, what a year. There are a lot of families, children, parents that have reached out to us that are really concerned for the well-being of children and young people. We've all been there before. What I want to do with this campaign is make sure that we spread a message of hope. So we've been there before, but we've all overcome quite a lot. So for the families or the children that need to hear a message now, what's one message of hope that you can share with them today?
I think the message of hope is that we're all able to heal and that we're actually not broken. And so what happens is there's things in our childhood that will create wounds for us. And it's stuff that can feel really scary at the time. But if we just start connecting, especially with our little special person that lives inside us, and start to talk with them in a really positive way, it can profoundly change our outlook on life. And there is so much hope and space for healing for everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. So we were talking before about it's the little things that we need to do on the everyday basis to make sure we maintain a strong mental well-being and that resilience. So why do you believe that prevention is important?
For me, prevention, it's interesting because we probably won't ever look at our things to work on until they come up. Right? But inevitably, they're going to come up because we're humans and we're flawed and we're beautiful and we're all these things. And there's going to be transitions in our life that are going to bring up some really deep hurts that we're probably not even aware of. And so I really believe in education really early on for everybody, where we talk about emotional intelligence, where we talk about the practices that make us a good human, that we learn meditation, that we understand why eating and exercise is so important, that it's all connected, that we're this system that works in harmony with all of these things. So prevention is, it's a funny word, but it's like this actually should be school. This should be the way that we learn from the beginning, so that when the things come up, and they will, we already know what they are and we're not fearful of them.
Yeah, for sure. Fantastic. Do you have any further questions, queries, or concerns that you'd like to raise here today?
No, I think it's really important what you're doing. I think children are the absolute space to start because they're open and they're pure and they're innocent and they're ready to learn. And I certainly see in my work with the kids, just checking in, having a check-in circle in the morning and just hearing how they're feeling, because our 3 fundamental needs, to be seen, to be heard, and to be allowed to be exactly who we are. If we can really foster that from childhood, we're going to have brilliant, strong, resilient adults.
Yes, absolutely. Now, you mentioned that you actually help support people with postnatal depression and a few other projects. How can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, sure. So I run a little social enterprise called Mumma Got Skills. So MUMMAGOT and then skills. I've got a website. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, and I've also got a podcast which I've just launched, which is to support women into that journey of motherhood, talking to different experts, but also talking to them about their stories, because hearing, like exactly what you're doing, hearing from real people and their real stories is the greatest change and hope we have in this space.
Yeah, brilliant. And I'll make sure that we get those links from you and that we put it in the comment box below. So thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it and looking forward to staying in touch.
So welcome. Thanks for having me.